Rhett Lowder.
With the 7th pick of the 2023 MLB Draft, the Cincinnati Reds select Rhett Lowder, a right-handed pitcher from Wake Forest.
I had no idea. I kind of like before the draft, like the week or two leading up, I was like surprisingly really calm, like felt pretty confident I'd wind up in a good spot. I was like, okay, my range of teams isn't that wide. I have a good idea where I'll fall. Then, you know, when draft day comes, you wake up in the morning and it was like worst case scenario in the back of my mind. I was like, you had no idea what happens. I was so nervous. Like it was complete 180 how I was so calm leading up to it. And then when the day comes, you have no idea. I mean, I credit everything to Wake. I mean, I went in there, super skinny kid, didn't really know much about baseball at all. And I learned pretty much everything I know now from there. And obviously the experience I have in pro ball, but definitely got me to where I am. And like, I love those guys. I like the coaching staff, the players. I wouldn't trade anything for it. I'll be training there this offseason. I was there last offseason. And a couple of the guys came from my debut. My pitching coach came from the debut. The team had a team retreat they do every year, and they were like watching the debut on a projector. It's pretty cool.
Talking about that College World Series matchup, you versus Paul Skinsky, kind of just talk about that day and just scenes around it.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool for a lot of reasons. Like you're one win away from advancing to the finals in the College World Series. Obviously, you're playing LSU, who was we were both 1 and 2 in the country the entire year, so it was a big game just for that. And then obviously, yeah, me and Paul were matching up against each other, both on short rest and kind of just laying it all out there, which was a ton of fun. I mean, waking up, I think earlier in the day it was harder to like handle the emotions because I was so excited and get into it. But like once you got to the field, I mean, it was just time to go, and it was a lot of fun looking back on it. I watched the game back for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it's really cool.
Also on that LSU team was Floyd. Have
Yep.
you two talked about that together now, being in the same draft class?
Yeah, we talked about it a couple times. He'll jab at me a little bit, but you know, we lived together when we first got drafted, and so yeah, it's a little bit, nothing crazy though. I mean, it was a good game. I think everyone knows like we laid everything out. It was, I mean, extra inning game is pretty cool. So no hard feelings, but yeah, every now and then we'll back and forth a little bit.
With the 2nd pick of the 2024 MLB Draft, the Cincinnati Reds select Chase Burns, a right-handed pitcher from Wake Forest.
Yeah, so I actually met Chase this past offseason when I was at Wake working out, and he was there for the fall, just getting there, getting settled in, and I actually got to spend a decent amount of time with him, and we became pretty close. So yeah, I check in. I was actually just texting him earlier before I came out here, but yeah, he's a great kid and hard worker. So I feel like it's the Reds did a great job. Even though I might be biased, but I think they did a great job picking out obviously a good pitcher, but like a good person too that's going to work hard, and I think he's going to be on the fast path.
Can you talk about that experience and how valuable it was to get all these different levels before reaching the big leagues for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was super valuable. I needed to kind of let the hitters tell me what I needed to work on. So at first, just getting into the pro ball schedule and getting into just playing every day and showing up and getting your work done. Moving on to actually dealing with some adversity and trying to figure out how to respond, and really it kind of helped me game plan for hitters, and something I wasn't like very good at going into, but I kind of needed the hitters to tell me what I needed to work on and stuff like that. So I feel like those reps in the minor leagues I needed for sure helped me prepare and know myself better.
Going down to Texas for the Futures game with Cam, just the scenes around that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a ton of fun. Truly an honor to be picked for Futures games to represent the Reds, but you know, it was awesome being there with Cam, seeing him hit that home run and win the MVP was pretty cool. Just being able to be there with him and just meet some other guys I played against in college, guys I played against multiple times throughout the minor leagues, and just being able to talk to them about, we're kind of all in the same boat. We all go through the same schedule, and it's the same grind. So it's rewarding to hear the other guys going through some of the same stuff that I do. So it's pretty cool.
How did you find out that you were getting a call?
Yeah, so mine was a little bit different. We had a doubleheader that day, and we were kind of in a skid. We weren't winning many games, so he just pulled me into the office and told me what was really cool. So, you know, nothing crazy, like a crazy announcement, but still it's something I'll remember forever.
The 22-year-old Rhett Lowder. made 22 starts in the minors. The draft pick in 2023. He's in the show in 2024.
Kind of similar to, like I said, for the College World Series, like waking up and going through the day, just sitting there and waiting was the hardest part for me. Kind of like when I got here and started my preparation for the game, it was pretty normal, surprisingly. I mean, definitely a little, still some nerves for sure, but after I started getting after it and getting through what I usually do, my normal preparation, I was a lot more calm than I thought I'd be. I think I get that every week when I go back out there and pitch again for, like, see the lineup and I'm like, see some of those names. It's like a realization once again, like thrown in the fire. I feel like I've got thrown in the fire against 4 really good teams so far. So you get like the Astros and all those guys that have a great career, some like future Hall of Famers, and then you know, just every week it's somebody else. But you know, I'm getting more used to it, but it's still pretty cool. There's definitely a lot of pitchers that I would like to talk to. I mean, watching Justin Verlander throw here was pretty cool, and you know, just a lot of the veteran pitchers that you get to watch, and I feel like I'm way more attentive watching them pitch. So just trying to learn as much as I can, but I would definitely love to talk to some of the veterans. I try not to set like a timeline for myself, because at the end of the day I have no control where I end up. I can only control like what I do out there. So I set smaller goals, nothing where I want to finish the season or where I want to, like, no stat wise goals or anything. So kind of just want to handle get better every single day and then stay consistent on how I handle my business. The schedule is definitely a grind. You know, it is pretty much every single day, and then the off days get sprinkled in there, but it's a lot of travel. It's demanding, so you kind of have to stay on top of your stuff and your recovery. So that's one thing that kind of I knew it was going to be tough, but it's definitely pretty demanding. Yeah, I think the pitching staff has done a great job this year, and you know, like when we're healthy, I feel like we have some of the best young talent in the game. So really excited for next year, really excited to finish out this year and see some of those guys get back from injury and then just keep doing what they've done all year. So no, I think we have a lot of potential for our rotation, and you know, just keeping everybody on the field is going to be huge.